cloud. There.
Linda, you're muted. You muted yourself.
I never even found the mute button. Okay, so I got 2 people here and I got a whole boatload of people here, so I'm going to try to go back and forth as good as I can. Brian's saying, no, go to that screen, go to that screen. We're talking about tonight 9 ways to increase your energy. And for those of you who do not know me, my name is Linda Carpenter. My master's degree is in alternative medicine. I am a holistic health nutrition coach, board certified drugless practitioner, advanced healing foods instructor, certified raw food educator. I'm an AIA, which is Alliance of International Aromatherapists, and National Aromatherapy, National Association of Holistic Aromatherapists, certified aromatherapist. And my most recent certification was oncology nutrition consultant. So I'm overeducated. I'm an education junkie. Do you remember the movie Patch Adams? So if you guys who are online can continue to share your screen, then I can get feedback from you and I won't forget you're there. Otherwise, I'll forget you're there and I'll pay attention to these guys more than I pay attention to you guys, because it just works that way. But if you remember the movie Patch Adams, Robin Williams played Patch Adams, who the real Patch Adams is Dr. Hunter Adams. He's alive and well, and as far as I know, he is still practicing medicine. And he wrote one of my favorite chapters. He wrote one of the chapters in my favorite textbook in my master's degree, and he has a definition of health. And his definition of health is a body toned to its optimum performance potential, a clear mind exploding with wonder and curiosity, and a spirit happy and at peace with the world. And that's the definition of health that I pursue. And it's the definition of health that I work with my clients to pursue. So I always say this at the beginning of a class: talk to your doctor before you change any medications, diets, supplements. I am not medically licensed. I'm not allowed to diagnose, prevent, treat, cure. I'm almost not allowed to say the word disease. So if you choose to make some changes to your habits and change the things that you're doing, and your body heals itself, or you feel better, or you get more energy, congratulations, right? You did it. So we always start with a good deep breath. I got to hold my shirt down because it's going to come up. And we take a good deep breath because it's, 6 o'clock on a Monday night. I'm actually going to bend over a little bit. Thursday. Stretch my on a Thursday night. I used to teach at the college on Monday nights. That's why Monday came out of my mouth. That was by habit. So it's oops, somebody else is trying to get in. Let's see if I can make that happen. Oh,
I got it.
Got it.
I already got it.
So what happens when you take a good deep breath every now and then is you'll remember more of what I talk about. You'll be more alert during our class. You'll probably be more alert if you have to drive home. Of course, none of you online have to drive home, I assume. But the guys that are here have to drive home. They'll be more alert when they're driving home. And they might even sleep better tonight. And all we did was stop every now and then and take a good deep breath. So we'll do that periodically. So it's kind of surprising, some of the ways to get more energy include getting rid of stress and eating better, because eating poorly costs you energy, and stress zaps your energy. So that's going to be a couple of the things that we're going to talk about. Let's talk about first controlling stress. So controlling stress, it can be stress at work, it can be stress at home, it can be stress just about anyhow, anyway. I'm gonna hold on just a minute because the cleaning people downstairs are moving a big heavy cart. So one of the things that you can do to reduce your stress, well, before I get into controlling stress, stress-induced emotions. So you get in a bad mood, whether that's anxiety or it's you're in the doldrums, either one of them consume huge amounts of stress. They take your or they consume huge amounts of energy. They take your energy away. Some of the things that you can do for that is just talking to a friend or a relative or a confidant or somebody that you can just talk to and kind of dissipate that stress. You might consider a support group if you've got a reason for long lasting stress. She tries so hard to be quiet when she moves that. Thank you. There's just this 12-foot section over bumpy tile, and then she gets to carpet. And she tries so hard. She's such a sweetie. So you might consider joining a support group if there is like a long-term stress thing going on. You might consider seeing a psychologist or a psychotherapist. All of that can help diffuse that stress. And when you diffuse that stress, it gives you more energy. There's relaxation therapies like meditation or self-hypnosis, which are basically the same thing spelled differently. There's yoga, there's Tai Chi is amazing. Yoga and Tai Chi are amazing for reducing stress. A great way to give your body a energy boost and a stress release. So there it is, relaxation and therapy. That's my meditation pillow. And I happen to be in Toronto, Canada, doing a workshop with Dr. Joe Dispenza, if you know who he is, and doing some yoga in the park while we were waiting for class to start early one morning. So one of my favorite things to use to reduce stress and sleep better is doTERRA's Serenity Oil. So for those of you online, there it is. And it also comes in a soft gel. Now, Serenity is a very complex blend. To me, it smells like lavender with vanilla, but it has lavender and cedarwood and sandalwood and vanilla and ylang ylang and vetiver. It's got a whole bunch of different oils in it. And it smells like, to me, like lavender with vanilla. Have you smelled this? You haven't smelled this?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. You gotta have a whiff. Lavender with vanilla, right? And yet it's a very complex blend. Now, if you're stressed during the day, I like the Serenity oil. At night, to sleep better at night, I take the Serenity soft gels, which are just a small soft gel. It is not the same thing as what's in the oil. So you can't take the oil and put it in a glass of water and drink it. A lot of oils you can do that with. Serenity oil is not one. It's not meant for that. But the Serenity soft gels, I know a ton of people that will take two. I don't need two. I take one, I sleep all night, I wake up refreshed. I don't have a sleeping pill hangover. You know, if I take 3 milligrams of melatonin, I'm going to hit the snooze button. It drains me. It doesn't give me more energy. I sleep, but I wake up tired, right? With Serenity, I don't have that. I sleep well. I sleep through the night. I wake up refreshed. I'm alert. I'm on to my day. So the Serenity kind of kills two birds with one stone. The Serenity oil during the day, if you need to calm down and relieve some stress. Another one that is real good for that is Peace. So Peace oil in a diffuser. It's kind of dark over there. Try to get some light on it. Peace oil in a diffuser, or you can get Peace as a roll-on. Again, if you're stressed, it will just bring you back down to calm and collected. I was talking to a girlfriend of mine in California last night. She uses Peace. It is her absolute favorite oil. She uses it if she has a headache. She said it will take out a headache in 30 seconds. She uses it if she's stressed. She uses it if her heart starts beating out of control, and sometimes that happens. She puts a little right on her heart and it breaks that heart rhythm and completely makes everything work better. She uses it for all kinds of things. Ron, have you smelled Peace? Oh God, I smell some Peace. Peace is one of my favorites. I figured you had. All right, so controlling stress is one of the best things that you can do to have more energy. And there's lots of different ways to control stress. Also lighten your load. So lighten your load. One of the main reasons for fatigue and loss of energy is overworking. And whether that's overworking in a professional office where you're just using your brain, or it's social obligations or family obligations, if you are stressed and your energy is low, you're fatigued, it may be time to kind of reconsider some of those things that you must do and see how many of those that you can delegate out. And when you can delegate some of those must do items out, not only does it reduce your stress, but it will help reduce your fatigue and increase your energy. So set some priorities, set some boundaries, and identify what are the really important tasks, and see if you can eliminate some of the things that, you know, you might be doing for somebody else or for some other cause that's not your passion. So a couple of years ago, I stepped down as the board of director, being on the board of director for a couple of different boards, because it was just causing fatigue. You might consider seeing if you can offload some of the things that have to happen at work. One of the things that I do for relaxation, this is literally me in my PJs painting, and that's the result of the painting. It's a great way to relax, right? And when you relax, you have a hobby or something, you relax yourself, then you have more energy for the things that you need to have more energy for. So I try to spend about an hour a day just painting, and my husband loves to take pictures of me at my absolute worst. You'd be amazed at the number of pictures I have that he's taken of me sleeping with my mouth gaping open. We were on the bullet train going from London to France. Yes, he's got a beautiful selfie of me with my head on his shoulder, sound asleep with my mouth hanging open. I'm surprised I'm not drooling. Husbands. More people coming in. There's Kelsey. Yay. Hi, Kelsey. I'm glad you're here. All right. So find a relaxing hobby, and that relaxing hobby can be a twofer, right? It can be exercise. It can be yoga, or like we talked about, or Tai Chi. There was a time when I used to come home from work when I had a really, really high stress job, when I had a job. I haven't had a job in a lot of years. But last job I had, it was very fast paced, very high in energy. And I would come home and I would do about an hour of Tai Chi, which is very slow movements, gathering energy in and actually gathering energy and bringing it into your body. Incredible for stress. All right, so exercise really, among other things, it almost guarantees you're going to sleep better. Now, this is a Tough Mudder, so this was a kind of an extreme exercise. Yes, that is me crawling through mud and hanging just over my head. You can't really see them in these pictures. are electrical wires. And if you hit one of those electrical wires, it gives you 10,000 volts. And let me tell you, it hurts. You get your head up a little bit too high and knocks you in the back of the head, it'll knock you back down in the mud. Ask me how I know. But I guarantee you, I slept like a baby that night. I may have slept better than a baby that night. It gives your cells more energy and circulates more oxygen. That exercise is critical. And you don't have to go out and do something silly like a Tough Mudder. You can just go to the gym and work out. And I say no, that's a really important thing to do. Or my husband and I will take walks in the neighborhood. I have a rebounder at home. I put wrist weights on my rebounder and I just sit there and bounce up and down, right? That's a form of exercise. It's amazingly good for you, and it circulates things through your lymph and makes sure that your lymph is circulating, and that's a really important thing. So your exercise can also increase your brain dopamine levels. Dopamine is the love hormone. Okay, it's the connection hormone. It elevates mood. When you have more dopamine, you're in a better mood, period. That end of story. So if you're walking and you just pick up the pace a little bit, then that gives you extra health benefits, right? It gives you a little extra dopamine. It gives you a little bit more, makes your heart work a little bit. You don't have to get to the point where you're out of breath. But just picking up the pace a little bit when you're going for a walk, it's a really good thing. And of course, avoid smoking. And I'm really, really excited to say, I don't know, I couldn't name a single person in my world right now that smokes. I would really have to think about it. So I'm not going to really go over that. You probably are in the same situation. But if you are smoking causes it really eliminates energy. It really, really depresses energy, and it also causes insomnia. So you don't sleep as well just by smoking. And that includes, I live in Colorado where marijuana is legal for recreational use. That includes marijuana. Nicotine in regular tobacco is a stimulant. And it speeds up your heart rate, and it raises your blood pressure, and it stimulates your brainwave activity. It's associated with wakefulness, right? It causes you to wake up, and it makes it harder to fall asleep. So if you are smoking, or you know somebody who is smoking and is having a difficult time sleeping, well, see if you can get them to stop smoking. Oh. All right. Another thing about cigarettes is they are laced. They're actually, the tobacco leaves are soaked in sugar water. And they do that to make it more addictive. And when you try to expand the length of time between cigarettes, you get this sugar crash and you get the shakes, and that's what makes people think that they can't stop smoking. It increases your cravings, and at night when that sugar level drops, you can wake up hungry, wanting to eat. You're not really hungry or wanting to eat. Your blood sugar just dropped because the length of time in between cigarettes, when you get a higher, basically a sugar spike. So avoid smoking, but I'm teaching to the choir, preaching to the choir, because I don't know of anybody on this call that smokes. Of course, I don't know everybody in Chicago, so I went ahead and said it. So get enough sleep. This one is fascinating to me. This was actually out of a study out of Harvard University. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Get enough sleep, but don't get too much sleep. Because if you nap too much in the afternoon, then you're not going to sleep as well at night. Now, I have a whole sleep protocol for my clients who don't sleep well. And one of the things that we do is retrain them on how to fall asleep at night. And how do we do that? Well, we keep them up during the day. And then one of the absolute best things that you can do is be outside with the sun shining in your eyes by 7 a.m. And that stops the production of melatonin and increases the production of your daytime hormones so that your daytime hormones are reset. And then be outside as the sun is going down so that your body experiences the sunset, because that stimulates the production of melatonin again. And that will help to cause your body to go back, wind down and be sleepy by around 9 o'clock. Also, it includes turning off your electronics. So for people who are not sleeping well at night, these are blue blocker glasses that I use when I'm in front of the computer because they block the blue light. Back in the day, before we had electronics and artificial light, we did not have blue light except when the sky was blue, right? At nighttime, we didn't. We had red light because of fires. That's what we like, that's what we could see by, but we didn't have blue light. Blue light suppresses melatonin. So when you're looking at your computers and you're looking at your TV at night and you've got that blue light, or even just your lights in your home, you've got that blue light, it's going to stimulate the reduction of melatonin, and it's going to cause you not to be able to sleep as well. And then you wind up napping. And yes, I got caught napping. I told you, my husband, he didn't take this picture. I got caught napping by somebody else. This was at convention. So you determine how much sleep you actually need by reducing the time that you spend in bed not sleeping, right? So the whole idea is to make it easier to fall asleep, and you fall asleep faster. And that promotes more restful sleep in the long run. But it takes retraining your body. This is not take a sleeping pill and go to bed. This is retraining your body. And it's a process. So you don't nap during the day. The first night, you go to bed a little later than normal, and you get up after 4 hours of sleep. This is a Harvard research study. I didn't like this, but this was a Harvard research study. It was clinically validated. And then if you feel like you slept well during that 4-hour period, then you add another 15 or 30 minutes the next night. And as long as you're sleeping soundly, then you can keep adding 15 or 30 minutes of sleep until you find that sweet spot. And you find that sleep spot, you go to sleep, and you wake up at those times. So energy, I started to say energy for food. No, food for energy. This is actually, I love this photo. This is my garden produce one day of garden harvesting this couple years ago, but it was I had a lot. So you want to eat foods with a low glycemic index. So low glycemic index are foods that don't absorb as fast. They don't have as much sugar. They're lower in sugar. And the reason is that can help you avoid the lag in energy that typically happens when you eat a bunch of sugar and then you burn off that sugar and then you get sleepy. So, and that sugar can be in the form of candies. It can be, refined starches, white bread. Whole wheat bread is not necessarily better, but that's a whole different class. So you want foods that are less sweet. So at the bottom of that picture is a basket, and the basket is filled with apples and pears from our trees. you wouldn't want to eat them too much, right? I wind up making a lot of apple crisps and pear crisps and pies and stuff like that and giving them all away because I don't want that much sugar, right? You have to be careful with carrots and beets because carrots and beets, they are vegetables, but they have a lot of sugar. And even the pumpkins and the squash, spaghetti squash, there's like 4 or 5 kinds of squash there, will be lower in glycemic index than the carrots and beets. So they will have more fiber, they will balance your blood sugar better. The watermelon, on the other hand, that's going to be higher in glycemic index, right? Watermelon is known for its sweetness. So your foods with the, I basically said everything that was there. Your foods with the low glycemic index will include whole grains, high fiber vegetables, nuts, healthy oils. So olive oil is probably one of the healthiest oils that you can put in your body if it is true olive oil. And I say that because there was a study done, it's been years ago now, that most of the olive oils that are imported from Italy are not olive oils at all. They are cheap seed oils with a little bit of chlorophyll in them to turn them green, because us Americans don't know a good quality olive oil. We'll use anything that says olive oil on the label, and they can say olive oil on the label and it's not olive oil at all. The Italian mafia took over olive production, and they make more money on olive production than they do on drugs. And so they took over the olive production. There is a couple of brands from Italy. I can't remember, it's Terra something or other. From Italy. I buy my olive oil, organic olive oil from California. Paul Newman's olive oil from California is organic, and we expect it to be actually olives. High carbohydrate foods have higher glycemic index. That's going to be a lot of your fruits and all of your processed foods. Anything that comes in a box, a bag, a jar, a bottle, even ketchup is pure sugar. You have to be really, really careful with ketchup. I'm probably going to play with making my own ketchup this year if I have enough tomatoes. I don't use a lot of ketchup, but my husband likes it. So proteins and fats have a glycemic index that is close to 0. So it's just, your proteins and fats are not going to raise your blood sugar levels. Caffeine can be used to your advantage. I'm not going to tell you stop drinking caffeine. Now, my genome, genetically, caffeine is not good in my body. Caffeine overstimulates some things that don't need to be overstimulated, but that's because I do genetic testing, and I know that caffeine is not good in my body, so I don't do caffeine. But you can have caffeine, you can have a cup in the morning, and yes, it does sharpen your mind. Infants that are born premature are given caffeine intravenously to keep them awake enough to breathe, because they will forget to breathe. The energizing effects of caffeine, can cause insomnia. So if you're drinking caffeine after 2 p.m., it will keep you awake at night. And again, sleep is one of the most important things that you can do to have more energy. So you don't want all of your energy going to caffeine. Limit your alcohol. A lot of people don't know this, but one of the best hedges against a mid-afternoon slump is to avoid drinking alcohol at lunch. When you go out to lunch with the girls, or you go out to lunch for a business event and you have a glass of wine or you have a drink, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to have a slump in energy in the afternoon. That sedative effect is especially strong midday. So I'm not going to say don't drink a glass of wine. A glass of red wine is actually heart protective. It's good for you on several different levels. It's a high antioxidant. I'm not going to say don't drink it. Just pick carefully when you do. If you want to have energy in the evening, reconsider having a glass of wine at 5 o'clock. It might be 5 o'clock somewhere, but it might interrupt your energy, the energy that you have for your evening. So if you're going to drink, make sure that you do it in moderation. Make sure that you don't mind having an energy lull after you have something to drink. And you see me stopping to drink water. Water is the only nutrient that has been shown to enhance performance for all but the most demanding endurance activities. So if you're running a 26.2 mile marathon, you're going to need more than water. But if you're running a 5K, you probably don't need anything more than water. And, people use all of these energy drinks and monsters and all of that, and those are toxic. There's no other way to put it. Those are toxic. And the 5-hour energy drinks and the espressos. I actually, when I was a paramedic, I ran a call on somebody that had drank 5. I don't remember if it was espressos or 5-hour energy drinks. I think it was 5-hour energy drinks when they first came out. And her heart was racing. She was an almost complete out of control panic attack. Oh, but I need the energy. No, you don't need that much energy. Water with a drop of peppermint oil will probably give you enough energy to get through that drive or whatever you're needing to have some energy over. But you don't need to drink the energy drinks. I really, really discourage those. And, some of those are really pretty pricey. Just use water. If your body is short of fluids, one of the first signs so if you're dehydrated, one of the very first signs of dehydration is fatigue, right? If you get to the point where your lips are chapped, it's way too late. You are seriously dehydrated at that point. And it just fatigue, drink a glass of water and see if you don't get a little energy back. All right, take a good deep breath. Ooh. Oh. All right. So this is what we call doTERRA's, I call it stair steps. It's a wellness lifestyle stair steps. So the bottom 4 are things that are completely in your control, 100% in your control. And I'm going to help you to understand. I'm going to have the hiccups. I'm going to help you with how to use these and what you can use in doTERRA that will help make sure that you're getting everything you need. So eating right, well, we talked about that, low glycemic index, lot of low glycemic vegetables, little protein, a lot of fat, healthy fat. And your lifelong vitality. So for those of you that are online, your lifelong vitality supplements are absolutely amazing. I wish we had, oh, wait, we've got Fonda here. Fonda, do you want to unmute and say what happened in the first time you took lifelong vitality?
Okay, so can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I just actually started mine. When did I start? Yesterday, I believe it was. So I'm not going to even give you the backdrop history with me, but it was not a healthy situation. Let me just put it that way. for me, it was like an epiphany. Okay. It was the difference between absolute night and day. I'm not going to sit here and say that everybody in the world might have that same effect, but I am telling you, when I would talk to people during my day that have, friends, relatives, what have you, that, checking on me, just, every day talking or whatever, people could tell a difference in me immediately. I felt those vitamins working. Now I'm talking about just for me, my testimonial within 20 minutes, okay, of that vitality pack. I am not lying. And I said, I am going to tell everybody that I know about what happened to me when I started taking those vitamins. And I'm going to be completely honest. I did not take them. No, I started taking them day before. Somebody help me here,
I
Tammy.
know it was at least 2 days ago.
It was day before yesterday because because I received them on my stuff on Sunday. I connected with Tammy around 12:30 or something like that. When our call ended, that's whenever I ate and I took my vitamins. Let me tell you, like I said, and I was flying high. And when I say that, I was like a chatterbox. I could not, I could not stop myself. I could not stop myself. I could not sit in my chair and even think about turning on anything on TV and sitting down. And let me just say this. I think everybody kind of gets my drift there, but there's a couple other things I want to say. See, I'm still on this. I'm still on a roll. I did not take them the first day that I started because I took them at around 1 o'clock. I knew that if I had taken those 6 vitamins, there's no way that I would have closed my eyes, right? So I know that about myself personally. So then yesterday I get up. I only took them once yesterday. I did not take them twice because I'm thinking, oh Lord, here we go. We're going to have a repeat of the day before. Or are we? Right? Was I just having a good day and didn't know it? Oh no. Same thing. I mean, they make me personally feel so good. And I connected with everybody that I knew that I cared about and said, let me tell you something. If you ever listen to anything that I've said before in my life, you need to at least try these. Let me give you some of mine. I mean, seriously, because my life, I just about didn't even have a life because of medical issues, other things going on and stuff like that for over a year. I didn't know. I felt so bad. I didn't even know. I mean, I'm talking mentally, even if I would even wake up the next morning. Hallelujah. Let me tell you, I just cannot. Y'all don't know who I am. You don't know me. But I would just urge anyone that has not taken the Vitality Pack, please give it a try. You will not be sorry. I mean,
Thank you.
I am already a believer in it. And heads up, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep last night.
Okay, we'll
I'm gonna
work
have
on, we'll work on sleep. We
Yeah,
can't.
but
have
I
perfect
took.
balance,
But what I
I'm
was
glad
going to
you got
say
more
is, I took my vitamins this evening, so I probably won't sleep tonight either because today's the first day that I've taken them morning and night. Right. Um. But even, I mean, I got maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours sleep last night. I ate my bowl of oatmeal this morning and I took my vitamins, and that's the only way I made it through my day. And I mean, I'm just saying, if you love yourself enough, you need to at least try it.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. And I can't be any more honest that for me personally, that's what I've been going through, and I love it. I wouldn't stop it for nothing. No way.
Thank
Just
you.
wouldn't. And I appreciate all the information from Tammy and the talk that, Linda, you and I have had and everything. I can't thank y'all enough because it's saved me. It's what it's done. It literally has. Yep.
Thank you, Fonda. Let's keep
You're
going.
welcome.
So That was exciting. Now, for me, it took about a week before I felt more energy. And it's not a jittery kind of energy. It's just, I got energy to do that thing, whatever that thing is. Right? It doesn't seem to matter what that thing is. I take my Vitality Pack, I got energy to do that thing. Now, I've had a couple of times for various reasons that I got off the Vitality Pack for a week or so, and I could feel a difference. It's the only supplements I've ever had in my life that I could feel a difference when I took them or when I didn't take them. So eating right is going to be really, really important. And like your Lifelong Vitality Pack is going to fill in the gaps for all the nutrients that we don't get in our diet anymore. And when I say we don't get in our diet anymore, because we eat everything that's, you know, pre-packaged and pre-prepared and in a box or a can or a bottle or a jar, and the nutrients are processed out of it. And so we're just not getting the level of nutrients that we're supposed to have. And these are not formulated based on the US recommended daily allowance. They are based on what we used to have when we were hunters and gatherers, right? This is 10,000 years ago. And we get our nutrition in the Lifelong Vitality Pack is based on our nutrition from 10,000 years ago. Because the US recommended daily allowance is based on economics. It has absolutely nothing to do with health. All right, next is exercise. And guess what? Lifelong Vitality Pack again is going to support your exercise because it gives you the energy to move, right? When you don't have the energy, it's pretty easy to sit on the couch. And the Lifelong Vitality Pack will help to give you the energy to exercise. Oh, and manage stress and rest, right? It helps you to be able to, now we're going to have to work on Fonda's rest part. I'm expecting that will level out. I'm expecting that will level out, but we don't want you to be missing sleep between now and then. So, you know, we were talking about Serenity soft gels in the beginning. Tammy will help you get some Serenity soft gels or Serenity oil or Peace oil, and that will help to balance it until your body gets the nutrients back at a level that it needs to. But the Lifelong Vitality can literally help you because everything is balanced. It helps you reduce your stress. It elevates mood. It helps you have more energy. And then reduce the toxic load. So reducing toxic load, we talked about this, you know, last week. We'll talk about it next week. So last week we talked about reducing toxic load in our skincare and our health, our personal care products. And next week's it's going to be all home care products because they are so very toxic. There are entire cultures that do not have a word in their language for menopause. You know, yes, women stop menstruating, but they don't go through hot flashes and night sweats and mood swings and all the stuff that we do here in the United States because they don't have the toxins that we do. And we have caused menopausal symptoms by the toxins that we have in our floor cleaners and our surface cleaners and our dishwasher and dish soap and laundry detergents are extraordinarily toxic, and they cause many of these illnesses that we go through these days. And so when we reduce our toxic load, I had pretty much a non-existent menopause. You know, I had a couple of hot flashes, but they were not out of control, uncontrolled sweats, miserable. Oh my God, you know, it wasn't like that. And part of the reason is I started eliminating toxins quite a few years ago. And now there's pretty much not anything toxic in my home. So what we use at doTERRA to minimize your toxic load or reduce your toxic load is the Cleanse and Restore Kit. So if you know that you've been using toxic products, and if you buy it in town, it's toxic, They don't have to label it. They're protected from labeling it because that's giving away proprietary secrets. So if you're using a cleaner that you bought at Walmart or your local grocery store, it's toxic. And you're going to have a buildup of those toxins in your body. So one of the things that we talk about very, very seriously is reducing toxic load on your personal care products, reducing toxic load in your home care products, and then they're already inside your body. So we got to do something to get them out of your body, and that is doTERRA's Cleanse and Restore Kit. Now, when I was in my master's degree, I wrote a cleanse. It was part of an assignment. It was a beautiful assignment. I wrote a extraordinarily effective cleanse, and people were doing amazing things by using this cleanse, those that could handle it. But my cleanse was tough. It was difficult, and most people wouldn't stick with it. It was a 6-week cleanse. Most people wouldn't stick with it. But doTERRA's is a nice, gentle, easy cleanse. It's 4 weeks. I usually add some nutrition to make it 6 weeks. And I've had people get off of medications that they've been on for 30 years. I've had men lose 30 pounds in 30 days. I've had women never lose the same amount of weight. I'm sorry, ladies, it just doesn't happen that way. But 15 pounds in 30 days is pretty significant. And feel 1,000 times more energy, because one of the things that will cost you energy is being full of toxins. And we are all full of toxins. So that Cleanse and Restore Kit is available. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask the person that invited you to this class, and they understand, they know about the Cleanse and Restore Kit and can help you. And if you need questions answered about the nutrition that I recommend while you go through the Cleanse and Restore Kit, I can make sure that they know that as well. All right, so I kind of went through the whole thing. I forgot I had this all on different slides. So Lifelong Vitality fills in the gaps in nutrition. Lifelong Vitality provides you with extra energy for your exercise. It helps to improve mood and promote better sleep cycles. The Lifelong Vitality is amazing. It is 3 different supplements all together in one packaging. It has Microplex VMZ, that is your vitamins and minerals. Again, not based on the US recommended daily allowance. It is based on what our nutrition was 10,000 years ago before we started manipulating agriculture. It has 22 essential vitamins and minerals, meaning your body can't produce them themselves. You have to get it from your food. And we don't have enough variety in our food anymore to get all those 22 essential vitamins and minerals. These come from whole foods in the capsule. It is 100% whole foods based. There are 72 trace minerals. Again, we don't get enough trace minerals. And that's one of the reasons that we lose minerals. That's one of the reasons that osteoporosis is the 5th, 4th, I don't remember now. It's one of the most expensive ailments, far out expensing breast cancer hospitalizations, because you break bones and you get hospitalized for broken bones. You don't get hospitalized for breast cancer. Way more expensive than cancers. The XE omega, or some people will call it Z omega, helps with inflammation. So it's got marine-based fish oils, has 9 essential oils. It has nanosomal, so tiny, 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 nano means tiny. Lipid assimilation, so it helps your body assimilate the lipids better, and it supports mental clarity and brain function. That's all from the omega fatty acids. Then there's alpha CRS. Now, alpha CRS has everything. So in 2006, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I did it all naturally. I never did conventional radiation or chemotherapy. I did alternative forms of treatment. Everything that I took, so I took over 100 pills a day for, I don't know, years, a couple years. My budget for supplements was $1,000 a month. I spent every penny of my retirement. I used to have one. And everything that I was taking is in alpha CRS. So the company is only allowed to say certain things. It helps with inflammation. It supports energy. It's very powerful antioxidants, and it supports healthy digestion. It had every last thing that I was taking. Individual bottle of this, individual bottle of that, individual bottle, everything you've ever heard of that's healthy for your body. Resveratrol, alpha lipoic acid, alpha linoleic acid, coenzyme Q10, everything that you've ever heard of that has been healthy for your body is in the alpha CRS. I can't speak highly enough about it. And the whole thing, again, I was spending $1,000 a month on supplements. The whole package is $80 wholesale. The price is absolutely amazing. So this is the Cleanse and Restore Kit. The foundation of it is the Lifelong Vitality package. It also has probiotics, that's your PB Assist. It has GX Assist, which helps make sure everything that you are releasing during this cleanse gets out of your body. Zindocrine goes organ by organ, and there's two types of Zindocrine. One is an essential oil-based Zindocrine, and the other one is a food-based Zindocrine. It goes organ by organ, eliminating toxins in that organ. And then there's digestive enzymes to make sure that you are digesting your foods well. And DDR prime stands for damaged DNA repair. So you take it for the last 10 days of your cleanse, and actually you take it longer than that. But it helps to repair any damage that has been going on in your DNA because of all the toxins that you've got in your body. And then the only oil that's in the Cleanse and Restore Kit is lemon oil. And lemon oil is in there because it is so cleansing, both internally and externally. You can clean your home with it, but it is amazing internally. And you just put a couple of drops in water a few times a day, and it will help your body eliminate toxins. So I just went through that. The Cleanse and Restore Kit is $245. The whole kit is $245 for the whole month supply. And you only do it 1 month. It's not like you have to you do that over and over again. It's a one-time purchase. So unless you choose to do it more than once a year. And I do have clients that do it more than once a year. So take a good deep breath. I can't put both arms up at the same time, otherwise I'll be showing my belly button. Can't be doing that. All right. So the other thing that is amazing for not only energy, but extending health span. So I don't know of anybody who doesn't want to go healthy, die, right? In your sleep. That's the goal for people. MetaPower is specifically formulated for that. Andrew, you got a question? Go ahead.
Oh yes, talking about the Vitality Pack. When is the best time to take it, if there is? But I know you take 4 vitamins per bottle. Do you take 4, 4, and 4?
No.
You know, at one time.
2 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and 2 in the evening of each.
Okay, I've been doing it wrong then, so I'll do it like that now.
Yep, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening of each.
Gotcha.
All right. So the MetaPower is a 3-part system specifically formulated to expand health span. So it has, oops. Oh, I forgot I did this. I embedded a video in here. It's a 6-minute video. I think I can make this work. It's a 6-minute video of the medical director of doTERRA, Dr. Russell Osguthorpe, talking about MetaPower. Let me make sure. Yeah, I thought so. You know what? I want to do one thing first. I'm going to stop my screen share so you guys hear it better. And then I will bring it back up. There we go. All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Dr. Russell Osguthorpe, and I'm so thrilled to talk with you about HealthSpan. Just to be clear, HealthSpan is not the same thing as lifespan. Lifespan is the number of years we live, whereas HealthSpan is the number of years we live healthy. Now, I know that many of you have seen this graph several times, but it is so important to our understanding of the MetaPower system that I'm going to go into greater detail than we ever have before. Because if you understand this graph, you'll take MetaPower the rest of your life and be able to share it more effectively with others. If we consider our lifespan, the number of years we are alive, on the horizontal axis here, and our health span, the quality of our cognitive and physical performance on the vertical axis here, we can draw a curve that represents what naturally happens to our health span as we age, shown here in gray. However, the reality is we live in an incredible time where medicine and science can extend our lives. This dark blue line represents what happens when we use the best of medicine to try and manage issues related to a poor lifestyle. As these interventions improve our numbers, like blood sugar, blood pressure, and lipids, we can gain a modest amount of health span and lifespan. But what is staggering to me is how little benefit is derived from decades of this type of management. Look how close that blue line is to the gray line. It's incredibly minimal. As we near the end of our life on the blue line, you can see how through heroic use of life-extending medical technology, we can extend an individual's lifespan by a few years. But look at the quality of life that person is experiencing. Our lives might be extended by these heroic medical efforts, but one could argue that they are not enriched. Finally, let's look at the orange line. This is more typical for master athletes and people stacking healthy lifestyle habits consistently throughout their lives. What is most impressive about this group of people is that health span and lifespan can both be significantly improved. People who optimize their metabolism through daily exercise, diet, relationships, stress management, and of course smart supplementation can not only potentially live longer, but add life to those years. Here's my dream, my why for my health span. Well into my 90s, I want to be able to spend a day, many days, out fly fishing with my posterity. I'd be able, on any of those days, to back my truck down the ramp, unload my drift boat, launch that boat, and then row that boat myself all day long. Watch my kids and posterity catch boatloads of fish. And then at the end of my life, I'd go home from a day of fishing, enjoy dinner with my family, and peacefully pass away in my sleep. That would be a health span that matches or equals my lifespan. Let me show you how that works. Let's assume that here on the vertical axis, we have 100% quality of cognitive and physical health during young adulthood. Now let's draw a line across this chart at 50% function. This is the stage of physical and cognitive health span where we are still capable of caring for ourselves, still living independently. We might not be running a 10-minute mile anymore, but we are probably able to walk a brisk 15-minute mile without difficulty with our kids or grandkids. Said differently, above this line, you can still do the things you want to do, although you might notice slight declines in your performance as you age closer to that 50% line. Below this line, living independently becomes more difficult due to cognitive decline or having enough physical strength and stamina to perform our daily activities. Now, if we continue that line at 50% function across the chart, look at where it intersects the blue line versus the orange line. This is what you need to understand. Look at what you can gain when you optimize your metabolism. Look at those years, but more importantly, look at the life that is added to those years. Currently, in North America, toward the end of our lifespan, we spend about 8 years, sometimes as many as 15 years, dealing with challenges that take away our quality of life and lower our health span. We can't always have a health span that lines up perfectly with lifespan, but we can certainly do better. Our lifestyle choices can extend our health span, full stop. When we combine a mindful and consistent approach to our diet, movement, stress management, relationships, and smart supplementation, we can maximize all the efforts we make in improving our lifestyle and then reap the benefits for all of our years to come. There are no magic paths to achieve this goal of prolonged health span. It will require serious effort by teams of caring and coordinated people. That is what we excel at. Have you helped people change their lives with doTERRA essential oils?
Yes.
MetaPower will now allow you to impact not only individual lives, but generations. Here's the even better news. It does not matter where you are on the curve or how old you are when you start. Any lasting efforts made by an individual to make improvements in their lifestyle will reap tremendous benefits for years to come.
There we go. Couldn't get to the next slide. So do you love that? I love that. And part of what I love about it is I know Dr. Osgothorpe personally, and he is such a conservative, gentle man. And you can hear him get passionate in this. And it's beautiful. You know, he helped design this. He helped put this together, and I don't know, it's a beautiful thing. The whole kit, the whole MetaPower system is $179 retail, and you're not going to buy the whole system every month. So it's a 3-part system, but one of those 3 parts has 4 options. So you'll identify the options that you want, and you'll buy those. So the first part is, for optimum health, they're designed to go together. The Lifelong Vitality and the MetaPower Advantage are designed to go together. You can customize your Lifelong Vitality pack, and you can add to it MetaPower Advantage, and you can add to it MetaPower Assist, which is clinically validated to drop your blood sugar by 13%, and the MetaPower Beadlets. So that's one of there's 4 ways that you can get the MetaPower oil. Okay, it comes in an oil, it comes in a beadlet, it comes in a soft gel, and it comes in chewing gum. So you're going to decide which way you like it. You get the kit with all 4 choices, and then you'll decide which way you like it. And you can add the MetaPower Assist and the MetaPower Beadlets, and you get a promotional price. So the MetaPower, as I said earlier, is, oh no, I didn't say this earlier. The MetaPower Advantage is $84, $85. Okay, but when you customize your Lifelong Vitality pack and you add the MetaPower, you get it for $65. Okay, the MetaPower Assist and Beadlets you get for $25. I'm sorry, $25. And if you really need more energy, you can add Mito to Max. And you're going to get Mito to Max for 25 instead of, I think it is 40 normally. The mitochondria of your cell is where energy is produced at the cellular level. And so Mito to Max is specifically formulated for every cell in your body to produce more energy. And you feel that, not a jittery nervous energy. You feel better. You just feel more energy to do the things that you want to in your life. So you got to ask yourself, is extending your health span worth $200 a month? Because that's basically what it's going to be. And in my world, yes, absolutely, totally, completely. So one more good deep breath. Oh. So this is me scaling down a 38-story building, I think it was. It might have been 35. I think it was 38. In Canada at a Joe Dispenza workshop. It's the same workshop that I was doing yoga at. There are some oils that will also give you more energy. And peppermint oil is one of them. Peppermint comes in a roll-on, it comes in a soft gel, it comes in a beadlet, and it comes in a diffuser, full-strength blend. For more energy, Peppermint Touch is amazing. When I am driving, it's a great midday pick-me-up. When I'm driving, if I get sleepy, did I put it in here? No. If I'm driving and I get sleepy, I'm going to pop a beadlet, or I'm going to take a drop of peppermint oil. I might put it in my water bottle with water. Now make sure that it is a glass or a stainless steel water bottle. You never put an essential oil in a plastic container, because it's going to break down the plastic and it's just going to be toxic, even more toxic. Technically, you really don't want to be drinking out of plastic water bottles. But the peppermint roll-on is $16, right? It's wholesale. The essential oil 15 milliliter bottle is $24. And I think the beadlets are 14. Another oil that is amazing to boost energy is Passion. And Passion comes in both the Passion Touch roll-on, and it also comes in a diffuser blend. I can't see myself anymore. I don't know what happened to me. But it comes in a diffuser blend. Have you smelled Passion? Passion is amazing. Very spicy. It's got cinnamon and cardamom and warming oils. It's yummy. I could imagine a cookie with that flavor in it, but it's not meant for eating. It's meant for diffusing or applying topically, and it is absolutely amazing. The roll-on is $28. The diffuser blend is closer to 40. It might be 45. It ignites feelings of excitement and passion and joy. It counteracts negative feelings, boredom, disinterest. So it's really going to give you the passion to go out and live your life, and the energy, right? The ingredients: coconut oil, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, clove, sandalwood, jasmine, and vanilla, and damiana. Absolutely amazing aroma. If you have never smelled Passion, go to the person that invited you to this class and say, I want to smell some Passion, right? Now, my absolute favorite thing to do, and I'm going to let Ron do this, my absolute favorite thing to do is to put a drop of Passion and a drop of Motivate in my diffuser, and look out, I'm going to get stuff done, because it just it's just this motivating passion that smells amazing. But it's not only the aroma, it's the actual effect of the chemical. So I'll put a drop of each. So first smell the passion. Then smell them both. I wish you could have seen the expression on his face. It's like, yeah. Ah. One of my favorite things in the whole wide world. So Motivate is only $17 wholesale. It's in the roll-on. And I didn't look up the price of it. Did I say Motivate? Motivate. I didn't look up the price of it in the diffuser blend. It's definitely one that I love. It's clean, it's fresh, it's, you know, when you're trying to set goals, when you're doing affirmations, it's great for that. It actually refreshes and nourishes your skin. And it's, you know, it comes in both the diffuser blend or the roll-on. Fractionated coconut oil, peppermint, wild orange, clementine, which is another orange, lemon, rosemary, coriander, basil, spearmint, lemongrass, tonka bean, cardamom, melissa oil, and vanilla. It's a very complex blend, right? A very complex blend. But the effects are amazing. Oh, I thought I was at the end of my breeze. This is jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. A couple years ago, my husband wanted to go parachute. Again, we had both done it, but we had never done it together. I said, honey, we've both done that. He wanted to do it for his birthday. We've done that. He said, well, not together. So unbeknownst to him, when I made the arrangements, I made it not as a tandem jump. So we've got so it's called accelerated free fall, and we've got our two jump masters. This little 22-year-old kid's job is to save my bacon if I lose track of everything and don't pull my own canopy. But I'm getting a thumbs up from both of them because I have done everything that you're supposed to do. You do all these checks and check your altimeter, and you check where your canopy releases, and you do all these checks. And I had done all of those, and I'm very proud of that picture because I got a thumbs up from both of them. And of course, they're both wearing helmet cameras. And then it's just before I wave them off, I pull my own canopy. I do the whole float down by myself, and I land myself. And yeah, it's a little scary. That's a whole longer story. So a friend of mine did a survey, and the survey was, how much do people spend on personal care products, home care products, and supplements? And the average was somewhere between $250 and $5 a month. And so what we're talking about is, again, how much is your healthcare worth? How much is your natural health worth? And when you can put all this together, we have a program at doTERRA called Shift Where You, it's not at doTERRA, it's in my team, that we call Shift Where You Shop. And what we do is we shift from buying, I'm going to go back, these shampoos and soaps and skincares and all the stuff that personal care, and we shift buying all the toxic stuff, you know, from the big box stores and from your local grocery store, your toilet cleaner and your dish soap and, you know, all of that, and your vitamins and minerals that are made from goodness knows what, and you shift that, and you instead order it from doTERRA. And when you do that, and you help 3 people do that, then you're going to get a $50 bonus. And when those 3 people help 3 people, you're going to get a $250 bonus. That's already paying for, with just 12 people, that's paying for your monthly order, right? And if you help each of those 3 get 3, then that's a $1,500 bonus. But it's gonna be closer to 1,700 the way the compensation structure works. So you don't have to do this, but if you're going, I really want to put my health up front, but gosh, I'm spending all this money in these other places. This is a really easy way for you to generate enough money to not only take on your own healthcare and use natural products, but also make a few bucks. And $1,500 to $1,700 is not anything to snooze at. So, questions? Any questions? And I know that there's been a lot of activity in the chat. Let me just look at the chat and see if there's anything that hasn't been addressed. I know Tammy's been monitoring that. Let's see. And there is cheer and forgive, and which dissipates anger. Absolutely. There's an entire kit for emotional wellness. So it's passion, motivate, cheer, forgive, peace, and console. When they were testing that kit, they went into the Huntsman Cancer Institute in Salt Lake City, and they tested the employees, everybody from the receptionist to the oncologists. And it was a 7-week study. The first week they diffused nothing. They just had water in a diffuser, and everybody completed a questionnaire. And the questionnaire was emotional factors, feelings that I make a difference, feelings that nothing I do matters, feelings that I fit in at work, you get the idea. And then every week for 6 weeks, 6 additional weeks, they diffused one of these oils before the oil had a name. And what they found was that every one of the oils had a positive impact on one part of what they were studying. Now, they anticipated this, but it's always really good to have the actual proof. The oils were named according to the benefit that they had. So when it says cheer, it literally caused people to feel happier, feel more cheer, right? When it says forgive, it literally counters anger. And I can actually give you the chemical reason why. Cheer is high in spruce. Spruce is high in bornyl acetate. You can almost not go into a forest without feeling better. It's almost impossible to be angry in a forest. Unfortunately, we don't go into forests often enough. But the bornyl acetate counters anger, right? So the next time you got some serious anger stuff going on, go out in the forest and it will help dissipate it at the cellular level. Let's see. Yes, the emotional wellness kit is amazing. Andrew, I saw a hand raised. Did it come down, or did I just lose I can't see you right now.
Oh yeah, I just had a question about the new MetaPower.
Mhm.
If you're supposed to take that with the Vitality Pack,
Mhm.
combo, as well as if it's okay to just use a few of the items of the MetaPower, or the
Yeah,
whole
you're only actually
package.
going to use 3. Only actually going to use 3. You're going to use the MetaPower Advantage. That's the 9 collagen peptide powder. It is 12 times more absorbable than a typical collagen. Don't think you can go down to your local health food store and get the same thing. You can't. It does not exist. The typical one that you get at your health food store will have about 4 types of collagen if you're lucky. They're typically bovine based, which means cow based, and the cows all eat glyphosate, right? It's going to be virtually impossible to find one that is not riddled with Roundup, because the cows eat foods that are fed, that are Roundup is used in. These are marine based out of Italy, and there is no glyphosate in fish collagen. So you're going to use the MetaPower Advantage. You're going to use the MetaPower Assist, which you take 1 capsule with your largest meal of the day, and that balances your blood sugar. And then there's the other 4 items. You choose whichever one you want: the essential oil, or the gum, or the beadlets, or the soft gels. And so you're only going to order whichever one that you are. And what those do is they shrink fat cells and they curb appetite. So not appetite, they curb sugar cravings. So Noelle is not on this call, but Noelle has been doing just the MetaPower Advantage. She just started on Lifelong Vitality. She's brand new to doTERRA, and she's been taking the MetaPower Advantage, and I think she lost 30 pounds in 3 weeks. It was dramatic, absolutely, and more energy, other people noticing more energy, other people noticing better mood. I can't wait to get her story on video, and I'll play her story on video as soon as we make that happen. So yeah, Andrew, you're gonna pick through those 4, whichever ones you want. I've got some clients that don't like to chew gum. They don't want the gum, right? I personally like to chew gum. Let's see.
And just curious, is this you do it monthly, or is it maybe you try to do it, twice or 4 times a year, or is that daily?
No, the MetaPower and the Lifelong Vitality is daily. And each one of them is a 30-day supply. So you order it once a month. Let's see. Are there any other questions in the chat that I haven't addressed?
I had a question, Linda, and I made a comment on it because it's so variable for people that I work with. But here's the thing. It's like some people find that they can't take the CRS later in the day. And other people tell me, oh, I take it at bedtime. So I guess it depends on the sensitivity, but isn't that the one that is more activating as far as the 3 of the VM, EO, and CRS of the LLB?
No, actually,
Which is the most activating?
None of those. Actually, MetaPower, not MetaPower.
LLB.
Mitomax.
Okay, the Mitomax for sure. I don't have people do after 2 o'clock. That's for sure. So you don't find the CRS is more activating necessarily? No.
No.
Interesting. Okay, because I have noticed that
some people are going to react differently.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, that's good to know. Definitely the Mitomax, I tell people not to take that after 2 o'clock,
Right. And for people that are sensitive or react more than they want to.
Yeah.
With anything in the Lifelong Vitality, just have them take it earlier in the day.
Earlier in the day, yeah. That's true. Well, thank you.
Any other questions that I have missed in the chat? Because there's a lot going on in there. And I know that Dr. Archana and Tammy have been answering questions. And I just don't want to miss if somebody had a question that wasn't addressed. I want to make sure that that gets addressed. So I will take that as no questions. If you don't have Lifelong Vitality or MetaPower or Motivate or Passion or Peppermint, make sure that you get with the person that invited you to the class, and they can show you how to get it. If you're brand new, they can show you how to set up an account so you get wholesale pricing. And if you already have an account, they can show you how to add the Lifelong Vitality and or the MetaPower. So with that, I'm glad you were all here. If there's any leftover questions, ask the person that invited you here, and they will either answer it or call me. text me and I'll answer it or do my best to. So I hope it was a valuable class for you. This is Linda Carpenter with Wellness for a Lifetime. Bye for now.
Thank you, Linda. It was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.